Bismillah, alhamdulillah, wa salatu wa salamu ala rasulillah. Respected brothers and sisters in Islam, Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh. Welcome to episode 7 in our program on how to combat Islamophobia or anti-Muslim hate. We spoke about how to identify it, what is it, the definition, what it means, where does it exist, and now let's talk about how can we combat anti-Muslim hate. First thing that we need to know is, as we mentioned in the previous episodes, the anti-Muslim hate is fueled by misconceptions about Islam. It's fueled by the media, whether it's entertainment, news, movies, plays, songs. It kind of brainwashes or plants those seeds of hates in people's minds, so they truly have a phobia against Islam and Muslims. And anti-Muslim hate will drive people, as we said, to attack not just Muslim individuals but Islam itself. If we look at it and trying to be very realistic and fair, those individuals that hold anti-Muslim hate misconceptions or ideas, for them and for most Canadians, it is easier for the media to convince them and wash their brains with such ideas because of the outreach, because of the nature of our pop culture and society and where we get our information from. On the other hand, the Muslim community is a black box to most Canadians. Maybe not the past couple of years, but it's always been a black box. The culture is new. The ideas are new. Some people never met Muslims before. Some people never had a single conversation with a Muslim before. Maybe they see them at a distance, and that's all. So there's no engagement, or there was no engagement between the Muslim community members, the Canadian Muslim community members, and fellow Canadians. And that will make it more difficult to solve because they're being fed information, false information, but nothing is refuting or erasing the misconceptions. And this is why it grew to wherever it got to. And to make it even worse, us Muslims, sometimes we act in a way to confirm those allegations. Now, if we as Muslims claim that Islam is misrepresented and mispresented, that means it is our duty now to present and represent our Islam. It was handled by others. Media, news, movies introduced us to this great society, and unfortunately they gave false information. It is our duty to present ourselves, to introduce Islam. It is our duty to represent Islam properly, not just present it by words, but represent it by actions, so we can clear the misconceptions. We have to clear. We have no way around it. The misconception has to be cleared. This is the way to diffuse it. So one part is the government actions that has to be serious, especially in government agencies. The other part is socially. It's our responsibility to diffuse these ideas and present to people who we truly are, so the fear will go away and we can truly become good neighbors, fellow citizens, classmates, even colleagues. These are relationships that we have to manage, and it is our duty to make it easier on people that don't know anything about Islam and just heard about it from the news. And here I would like to say to some Muslim individuals that have suffered from anti-Muslim hate and decided to do the opposite. We said there are misconceptions. The way to deal with them is to refute them, to present the right thing, and represent it by our actions. But I've heard about many Muslims, and our respected viewers, I'm sure you've heard about many Muslims, that will do the opposite. They will decide to hide their faith, to run away from this responsibility, thinking this is how I'm going to fit in. We've seen many Muslims that will do haram things. They will accept in meetings, they will drink alcohol, they will eat whatever, they will do whatever just to fit in, thinking this is the way that I'm going to solve my anti-Muslim hate. Problem is by canceling Muslim from the equation. So if I cancel Muslim, there's no anti anymore, there's no hate anymore, I am accepted and everything is nice and dandy. Unfortunately, this is not the way to solve it. Especially that when you hold a conviction or a religion, it's with you in everything you do. And we also need to know, if you decide to do this, you're only fooling yourself. You're not fooling others. You're not going to change your skin color. You're not going to change your culture that will show no matter what. I've seen people went as far as God knows what, trying to pretend that they're not Muslims. But they couldn't do it. It's difficult. It's almost impossible. So the right thing is to be serious about your religion. Don't fool yourself, because you're not going to fool others. And we also need to know that it's not just about fooling others. We need to know that religion to people, when we say someone is holding something religiously means dear and near and committed to it. They do it all the time, every time, repeatedly. So when people know that you used to be a Muslim, but you're not a Muslim anymore, you will actually lose the respect and trust of others. Because people would think, if you couldn't hold on to your principles, how are you going to hold on to anything in life? You become fluid to them. And people don't trust fluid people that have no principles. And you need to know that to those people, letting go of your principles and religion shows nothing but lack of commitment, lack of responsibility, lack of perseverance, devotion, dedication, tenacity. All these great values that people look in an individual. I want to deal with an individual. I want to know they're committed, whether it's at work level, whether it's at play level, whether it's at volunteer work, whatever it is. I need to work with committed people, devoted people, dedicated people, people that have responsibility. If you let go of your religion, you're giving a broad statement that, hey guys, I don't care about my principles, but I'm willing to do anything else. Well, people will say, if you don't hold on to your principles, you're not going to hold on to anything. You're going to let go of everything. So you are really losing by changing your skin. You're not gaining anything. You're not going to fit in. As a matter of fact, when you hold on to your principles, people will respect you more. People will appreciate your suffering, will appreciate your perseverance, will appreciate you going through these challenges to maintain and hold on to your identity. These are great qualities that companies are looking for, that individuals are looking for. So to my brothers and sisters that thought about letting go, I tell you, please hold on. The answer, the solution is in holding on, is not in letting go. By letting go, people will let you go, will disrespect you, will not trust you. By holding on, people will appreciate you. And I tried that myself. I tried that myself, and I've seen many brothers and sisters that did a great job holding on to their religion and principles and succeeding at work, wherever they work, whether it's a private company, public company, a government, NGO, non-for-profit, wherever it is. Know that by holding on to your religion, you're solving the problem. By running away from it, by letting go, you're showing them that your religion means nothing. Because you have disrespected your religion. I've heard stories where Muslim workers would go out with a group and they start drinking alcohol, and then you would see someone coming up to them and saying, "Aren't you a Muslim? You shouldn't be drinking." Right there, then and there, they lost their respect. People know the values that we have. A lot of people respect the values that we have. Don't let go of them, because if anything, you're only harming yourself. And to those brothers and sisters, I would say, for those that are trying to run away from their religion, I know very well that they themselves don't understand their religion. If they understood their qualities, they understood the value of what they have, wallahi, they would have held to it with everything they have. You wouldn't find a reasonable, rational person that will take, $100 and just throw it on the ground saying, "I don't need this." Or a block of gold, just throwing it. No reasonable person would do this, because they understand the value of money. If we understand the value of our religion, we will not let go of it. So what do we need to do? We need to educate ourselves. We need to understand the value of our religion, the meaning of our values, the importance of our qualities. Then we will hold on to it and we will gain everybody's respect. Inshallah, we'll talk about that more in the next episode. Jazakumullah khair for watching. Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh.